In this video, we want to take the midterm column and the final column, take all of those scores, append them into a single column, and then sort them from smallest to biggest. And we want to do it with an Excel worksheet formula. We are going to see some cool tricks in this video. Now, since we have two columns, 1, 2, you'd think that we have to look those up and append them together using some fancy formula. And then because we need to sort, you might think we need to use the sort function. But this formula is as simple as using the small function. Now, wait a second. We have two columns. In most aggregate functions, like count and sum, we can simply enter one range and then type a comma, and then enter a second range. But of course, that's not going to work here because that k expects 1 for the smallest, 2 for the second smallest, and so on. But watch this. In most aggregate functions in Excel, you can force multiple ranges to become one range with the comma reference operator. And you put parentheses around the ranges. Then both of the ranges are used in array. Now, what are we going to do for k? I need something like in array syntax 1, semicolon to go down a row, 2, semicolon 3, and so on, all the way to however many numbers there are. And just to show you that this would work, this is an array constant. That will deliver the 3 smallest values, F2, but no way. In the k, we can type sequence. And then it needs to know how many rows. So now we use count, which is an aggregate function, which allows multiple ranges as part of its arguments. Close parentheses and close parentheses on sequence. Now when I hit enter,
6.1.
That is amazing. With simply using small, the comma reference operator, and then sequence and count, we get our appended sorted list. Now, if you do not have Microsoft 365 with the sequence function, no problem. In the k argument, you use row and indirect. And then inside indirect, you have 1 colon and the count. That creates as text the row references 1 to 16. Indirect converts it to a legitimate reference, and row delivers the rows. And the formula has to be entered in the top active cell with all 16 cells highlighted in advance. And then you use Ctrl Shift and Enter to enter the 16 values as an array. And then go up to the formula bar and make sure your curly brackets are put in. Those are automatically put in by Excel, indicating that it understood this is an array formula and calculated it correctly. Here's bonus number 2, and you're not going to believe this. I'm going to highlight the first range. Then I'm going to use the Control key to select 2 ranges not next to each other. Those are non-contiguous ranges. Then we come up to the name box, and I'm going to name 2 separate columns as both columns. Now when I come down here and then check, that is amazing. The define name feature allows you to select as many non-contiguous ranges and define those as a defined range. Now you can prove this to yourself, formulas, name manager, or use the keyboard Control F3. And look at that. There's the colon reference operator right inside of a defined name. Now if you try to use this formula in a regular cell, that comma reference operator is not allowed. But it's allowed in defined names, most aggregate functions, and even a few functions like IRR and index. And now we can come over here, and if we want to sort biggest to smallest, we just use the large. Now I forget the name of my defined name, so I can use the F3 key to paste a name. There it is. Click OK, comma, sequence, count, F3, double click. Close, close, close. And that will give me a list sorted biggest to smallest. All right, if you like that video, be sure to click that thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe, because there's always lots more videos to come from Excel is Fun. And if you want to learn more about sorting and ranking, check out these videos.